Hi guys, Casper MMA here, and today we are back with another UFC predictions video on the channel. Today we're going to be my predictions for UFC Fight Night Tybura vs Spivak 2. Now, at first glance, this Fight Night looks pretty bad. I mean, there's not many good fights on it. I think one of the co-main event just got cancelled as well, which is probably one of the best fights of the card. It's going to be a rough one. I might watch it, I might not. We'll have to see. But I'm still here today to give my predictions for it. And before I do that, make sure if you're not subscribed already, go and hit the subscribe button down below. It's free and it's much appreciated. So there is 11 fights on this card, and I'm going to kick things off with the first prelim of the night, which is Stephanie Luciano versus Taliata Alencar. So a women's fight to kick things off. Love to see it. Two based pretty like similar records here, 5-1 and like 5-0 I think between the two of them. Yep, so 5-1-1, 5-0-1. I think they drew against each other, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, on the Contender Series. So this is another fight they're having. I think so they've both had one fight in the UFC each, I think. No, they haven't. Oh, so Alencar has been in the UFC. She won. Luciano drew on the Contender Series, and I don't think she's fought since. So I'm gonna go with Alencar here. I think she's shown herself in the UFC. She's got herself a win. She's been more active than Luciano, and she is the underdog as well. So I think it's a pretty nice pick here. I mean, women's fights, I'm notoriously not great at picking them, to be honest. I think I got like everyone on the last card wrong, something like that. But yeah, you can get on odds at 2.4 on Bet365, so it's not too bad there. So moving up the card, we have Errens versus Yusuf Zalal. Now, I'm gonna go with Zalal here. I think they've got exactly the same record if I look at this, 14-5-1, 14-5-1. So yeah, so very same records, but one record is a lot better, I'll say, and that is Zalal. He's on like a, what is it? He's on a 4-fight winning streak at the minute. Like he's just won in the UFC. He's got kicked out of the UFC a bit ago. He lost like 3 in a row, then drew, but then he's came back. He won 3 in a row in something called Sparta '93. Then won against Quarantillo, which is not a bad win in the UFC. So he's come back. He's got a few wins, whereas Errens, he's not very good, to be honest. He did beat Stephen Nguyen. I know you don't say it like that because I remember watching him and I can't remember how they said it. But yeah, he's lost a couple fights and that in the UFC, and I just don't think Errens is that good, to be honest. So I'm going to go with Zalal here. I think he's going to get a job done. Moroccan man. And yeah, I think he is the underdog. Yep, 1.33 odds, and get that at Betway. So moving up the cards, we have Carl Williams versus John Harter Diniz. Now, this is a decent matchup, to be fair, this, because Diniz looks pretty good, to be fair. He's like a kickboxer in that, 7-0. He's won his 2 fights in the UFC, the Contender Series, and in the UFC. He's got 2 knockout wins. He was against Austin Lane, to be fair. He was not great. But the thing that I am going to pick Carl Williams for this one. 10-1, you know, he's not bad, Carl Williams. But I just think we saw Diniz get out grappled by Austin Lane in the first round of their fight and then knock him out. But I just feel like Carl Williams is going to grapple him. I feel that's going to be a difference here. I mean, Diniz could get the knockout. I'm not saying he can't. It's going to be. I wouldn't mind picking Diniz by knockout. Like it's either going to be Carl Williams by like decision or Diniz by knockout, I feel like. But I feel like it's more chance Carl Williams is going to take him down, control him on the ground, because Diniz, kickboxer, it's kind of like the stereotype, can't really get back up off their feet, and we've seen it before. So I think Carl Williams is a safe choice here. He's the favourite as well. You can get him in at 1.49 at Unibet. So moving up the card, we have Carol Rosa versus Pani Kianzad. Now, another women's fight on the card. A close one again. It's not really like it's hard to like. I mean, I thought Dudakova on the last card was going to absolutely destroy Sam Hughes, but I was wrong, and so yeah, I cannot pick women's fights for the life of me. Rosa coming off a decision loss to Aldana on the UFC 296. She beat Yana Santos, who I think's on this card. I'm not sure. Lost to Dumont, but he's not bad record to be fair. And Kianzad, 16-8, currently 5-5 in the UFC. I mean, she just lost to Chiasson, 2 losses. I mean, she's only won 1 out of the last 4, which is against Landsberg, who I think Rosa also beat. So I'm going to go with Rosa here. Not too much to pick between them. Rosa's 29. It's a close fight really for these two women, but I think Rosa will get the job done by decision. She is the underdog as well, 1.59 odds at Bet365. So go and place that bet. So moving up the card too, Danny Barlow versus Nikolay Veretennikov. Yep, butchered that one. If they're not like American or English, I'm gonna butcher their name. I can tell you that for a fact. But Danny Barlow, we know how good he is. 8-0. We've seen in his last fight, I think he won by knockout. Yeah, against Josh Quinlan. That's a big one, and won in the Contender Series as well. He looks pretty good, to be fair. I think I'm gonna pick him here because I don't know who this Kazakhstan guy is really. He lost to Michael Morales back on the Contender Series. He's actually scheduled to fight Neil Magny, I think. But he's quite good, so that's not a bad loss really. But then beat Anthony Ivy, who's in the PFL. He's got a few wins, to be fair. He's winning in this United Fight League, whatever that is. But I just feel like Danny Barlow, he's established in the UFC now. He's got a couple of wins, and I feel like he's going to get another knockout or maybe a decision against this guy. I've not seen much of this Nikolay guy, so Danny Barlow by knockout. Let's go with that, and you can get on him at 1.33 at Betway or William Hill. So moving up the card, we have Charalampos Grigoriou versus Toshimi Kazama. Now, Kazama, I don't think he's that great, is he? He's coming to the UFC. He came in through the road to the UFC, beat some guy. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this guy. Maybe beat him in the Road to UFC. Came in, lost to Rinya Nakamura, lost to Garrett Armfield. So both by knockout as well. Not looking great for him. Grigoriou, he's not too bad, I don't think. He won on the Contender Series, and then he lost to Chant Analiga by decision. And I'm just going to pick Grigoriou here. I mean, Kazma's not shown much in the UFC, to be honest. Been knocked out twice. Probably going to get knocked out again. Grigoriou, 1 decision loss. Can't really say much from that. So, I'm going to pick Grigoriou here. You can get on him at 1.56 odds at Unibet. So, moving up the card. Alan Nascimento versus Jafel Filho. Now, 2 Brazilians here. Not seen much of them, to be honest. This card is just a lot of unknown fighters, really. They've had one or 2 wins on the Contender Series and stuff. It's really, really bad fight card. I don't know why this has been put together, but this guy Nascimento, not bad. He lost his first fight in the UFC to Spivak to Ulanbekov, so that's pretty good to be fair. He beat Jake Hadley, beat Carlos Hernandez, so this he's quite good. Nascimento. Jafal Filho, 16-3. He's coming off 2 wins to Osborne and Perez. Did lose to Makhamed Makayev, of course. I mean, they better re-sign Makayev because how's he been cut? That's crazy. But they're both coming off a few wins and that. But I think Nascimento has got the better wins out of the 2 of them, and I just feel like it's a more safer pick, to be honest. Because he's beat Jake Hadley, who looked really good in his last fight. So that's a good win, and Ulanbekov's split decision isn't bad either. So you can get on Nascimento at 1.5 odds at Bet365. So decent pick. So moving to the main card. Oh, that was the main card as well. But Jesus Christ, his main card. There's only 4 fights on it. Wow, they better add another one. There's something this week, or else it's terrible. We have Yana Santos versus Chelsea Chandler. Yana Santos, Russian. Not very good. So she's what is she? 4-5 in the UFC. She had a couple good wins and stuff before, but now she is on a 3-fight losing streak, to be honest, and she lost to KO a women's fight, which is never great to see because women have no power over literally every fight is never a knockout. But who is she fighting? Chelsea Chandler. Chandler's not great, but I think I'm going to pick her because she did beat Nunes in last fight She lost to Demont. I think Chelsea Chandler is the one that's like, this has got like a funny meme picture of her like running away from her opponent. Like, it's quite funny. But yeah, she's coming off a win. Santos is coming off 3 losses, so I'm gonna go with Chelsea Chandler 6-2. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of her really, and I feel like just Santos isn't very good anymore. So yeah, you can get on Chandler at my first underdog pick. To be fair, I don't know why this is underdog, to be honest, but you can get on her at 2.16 odds at Unibet. So moving up the cards, we have a decent fight here, to be fair. Chepe Mariscal versus Damon Jackson. So Chepe Mariscal, he's decent, to be fair. I mean, I think he like scammed a win against Charrier. I didn't see it, but well, I can't remember if I watched the fight. I don't think I did, because a lot of people saying it was like a robbery. But he got the win by split decision. He beat Jack Jenkins, which was like a weird arm injury thing or something, and then beat Trevor Peake, and he's decent, to be fair. A couple of good wins. Damon Jackson, I would be counting him out of this fight, but then he did beat Alexander Hernandez by split decision, which was not a bad win for him, to be fair. He got a new hairline, that, and looked crazy. Well, I don't even know got a hairline, but he looked completely different. I remember seeing him in a press conference and he had like a full head of hair. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But I'm going to go with Mariscal here. I mean, he always brings some fun fights, to be fair, in the UFC. And because I think his fight with like Trevor Peake was really good and that. So yeah, I think Mariscal's a good scrapper. I think he should win against Damon Jackson, to be fair. But Jackson could come with the confidence of a win as well. But both coming off wins, so I'm going to go with Mariscal here. He is the favourite. You can get him at 1.44 odds on Bet365. So, moving up the card, we have the main event. Damn, it's a short card this, to be fair. We have Marcin Tybura versus Sergey Spivak. 2. Second fight. Tybura did win the first one. I can't remember when that was. It was a bit ago, to be fair. Back in 2020. Won by decision. Since then, Tybura's only lost to Volkov and Aspinall, which is pretty decent, to be fair, because they're two of the, like, I think they're both in the top 5 heavyweight. Spivak, also coming off a loss to Silgan, which is not the best, but he has got a few good wins, to be fair, like Derek Lewis recently. But he also lost to Tom Aspinall. Who hasn't lost to Tom Aspinall, to be honest. But I'm going to go with Tybura, to be honest. He is the underdog. I think that's just because of his age now. Is he like 39 or something? Yeah, 38. So he's getting a bit older. But I think he's going to do the same thing he did to Spivak in the first fight. I think he's going to win by decision. And you can get on underdog at 2.12 odds on Unibet. There we have it. There's a short little predictions video for UFC Fight Night Tybura versus Spivak. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my picks there. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.